All right, that concludes our open session other than calendar. So let's start with Supervisor Green.
I get to go to Eureka Thursday for North Coast EMS, and that'll be my last little trip up there. Looking forward to that. Means I won't be peeking in on COC. Crud, I didn't bring the flyer, but on Saturday I was able to attend the kind of open house Lake County Land Trust put in out at the new preserve off Soda Bay Road. It was great. It's a big property. There's a lot of exciting things, possibilities out there, both with the existing channel of Manning Creek, and they're going to open it up and create more of a delta by going back to the old creek channel. So it was lots of people out there. I'd say, wow, 60 people, probably the biggest gathering I've seen out there. And lots of birders and stuff like that. So lots of excitement about that project, and I'm happy the Land Trust was able to acquire that property and has taken the next steps. And I'm glad for this board support of that effort as well. Other than that, it looks pretty light until next Monday, and I meet with CAO Parker. And looks like we have a special meeting of First Five Lake on the 11th. All right, that's it.
Thank you. Supervisor Simon?
Finish up today. I got the South Peel meeting on Thursday, and then on Friday have the Geothermal Advisory Committee, and then roll right into next week. Pretty light calendar.
Supervisor Pyska?
Yeah, I just wanted to give a brief update on our CSAC trip, on the Agriculture, Energy, and Natural Resource Policy Committee. We updated our platform, which has to happen every couple years. Just some minor tweaks. And then the insurance working group that we worked through all year brought policy recommendations for CSAC to carry to Commissioner Lara and the governor and the legislature on our recommendations for wildfire insurance and home insurance. A lot of the focus is on transparency, mitigation efforts. Hopefully our recommendations will be incorporated. They were also approved at the policy meeting. They're very closely aligned with the Little Hoover recommendations. So waiting to hear more on that. And then I did get appointed to the NACO task force for FEMA reform. So I did have a meeting, kickoff meeting with them the week before we went to Pasadena. So that's really exciting. We do have a little bit of experience with FEMA around here. So more to come on that, maybe later this month on a request for working with staff. And then this week, it's a pretty wild week. Tomorrow, there is a NACO symposium in Sonoma County. It's all week, but tomorrow's the only day that I could make it. And then Thursday, I have my CSAT class. I also have AAA, which I don't think I can make because I also have another meeting that's been organized with Senator McGuire's office. And then in the evening, we are meeting at the Kelseyville Senior Center to review the design, have a presentation with the architects, and get community input. And then Friday, I have a meeting with some folks that are looking at how we can optimize our relationship with Redwood Trail Alliance to focus on Lake County Trail development, and then Twin Pine for lunch and the Geothermal Advisory Committee. And then I am meeting Supervisor-elect Helen Owen in the afternoon. And then that night is Christmas in the Country in Kelseyville. And Saturday is the Hospice Festival of Trees. My tree is done. It's ready to be auctioned off, so you can view it if you're in Kelseyville Friday night. And then Monday, my meeting with CAO Parker, and then back on Tuesday.
All right. Thank you. Vice Chair Crandall.
Yeah, I know that I think just wanted to make sure and mention this back. I think I want to say about a month and a half ago, we were talking about the EPA committee, and I thought that my term was up, but it's not. I found out that next year in '25 is that. So still be meeting with them. It's a monthly ad hoc meeting and then 2 meetings a year. So one in early January or February and then one more in the summertime. So be looking at some of that work still going on with the Farm Ranch Rural Committee and communities. I represent local government and tribal communities. So I'll be looking out for updates on that when I get them. And this Wednesday, tomorrow, I have the Earth meeting, East Region Town Hall was adjourned, and also the CSA in Spring Valley was adjourned as well. So they decided not to have meetings in December. They usually don't, so the municipal advisory committees. And then, so I'll be going to the Honor Guard Veterans Dinner. It'll be at Robinson Rancheria. I was asked by some of the gentlemen. So yeah, I get to go. Last year I ended up missing it because I had Earth and CSA. So, and I think it was like in November, and so that's why I had to miss it. But we're good this time. Thursday, South Deal, and I do have the AAA, but at the same time I let them know that I have a conflict. So I'm hoping we can reschedule that, but we'll see. Friday, I'm going to be doing meetings here in Lakeport. I have a couple that are tentative, but I'm still just going to come here just in case. So get some other things done. Saturday, Upper Lake is having a Christmas parade, and it starts at 5:30. And so usually what happens is a lot of the folks drive through the main street and around through the school, Government Street, and all of that, and they put lights on their cars, and they make, what do you call that, floats and whatnot, and so the kids can enjoy the time with the lights. So that's going to be Saturday, and then Monday, I meet with CAO Parker, and then surf meeting. That will be in the evening time, 6 p.m. at the Lucerne Alpine Senior Center. I seen PG&E, but I think we, I don't know why it's still there. So just leave it at that, and then I'll be back here Tuesday.
Thank you very much. So also, I was at the CSAC conference. It was also good to see Supervisor-elect Brad Rasmussen out there at the New Supervisors Institute. I'm on the Administration of Justice, our platform change. We actually talked about Public Defender's Office and creating a little bit better parity between district attorneys and public defenders. It's a little bit of a controversial topic in the sense that not everybody requires a public defender, but everybody still needs to utilize the district attorney's office in the sense that they are the people on the case. And so just trying to find a better approach to ensuring that people's Sixth Amendment rights can be fulfilled. Overall, great conference, just great networking, great connections. Looking forward to next year. I'm hoping to be selected as the chair of the AOJ committee and planning on starting to, I know EJ, Supervisor Vice Chair Crandall, started a long time ago, but I'm finally catching up, and I'm going to start taking some of their supervisor credential program classes. And they're all over the map. You have to take 10 classes, I think it is, and you get to choose. I can forward you the email with all the classes because I think they go through all the way calendar of 2025 so far.
Yep. I don't know if they still do it hybrid, though. I lucked out during.
There's virtual and there's in person. It depends. But it's your choice of what classes you want to take, so you don't always have the same participants in the class. I do want to send some appreciation to staff. I worked with the administrative staff. I was invited to represent Lake County at as a panelist at the CSAC conference to discuss how Lake County is positioning themselves to be able to obtain grants, some of the work that we've already done, all the work that's being done for our strategic plans. We brought CSAC here and their leadership team to kind of take a look at what Lake County has been doing. I am assuming, based on the invitation, that either they were desperate because of a cancellation at the last hour, or they were impressed with what we were doing and they wanted us to highlight all the work that we did. And what was great was typically we go to these conventions or conferences and you hear about what Santa Barbara County's doing, LA County's doing, and Riverside, and the millions of dollars that they set aside to do all these projects. and you come home trying to figure out how do you take that scope of a budget and try to implement that within our much smaller, much more meager budget. But this time, the panelists were all rural counties discussing their tactics and their successes. And so definitely thankful to Ben Rickelman and Lisa Judd for the time, and Terry Logsden for their time in providing me some information so that I sounded well informed and knowledgeable on everything. And so appreciated that. It's always nice to highlight Lake County wherever we can highlight Lake County. I'm going to move on to calendars. Basically, the rest of my week, I'm going to be doing as much as I can to be in Sonoma County for the NACO Luck Conference as well as the RAC. And on the weekend, there's going to be some holiday celebration. We just approved the holiday street fair over at
missed the
Lower Lake.
holidays, yep.
And I'll be going there, get some good food over there. And then I'll be back here on Monday. And I don't even know what's going on Monday. I'm actually having an exciting discussion, in fact, with our public defender's office, seeing how the COC, the continuum of care, can work with the public defender's office. I think that behavioral health will be there as well, to see what funding that continuum of care has access to that can be utilized to help prevent evictions within the county. When I got a number of evictions that go through the court proceedings, granted those are the ones that get to those final steps, I believe we were in the 350 range per year. What can be done to reduce that, which can maybe help reduce homelessness in the long run, and eviction processes at this moment in time in Lake County do not have public defenders access. What would it take? Is that something the COC can take on that cost in order to enhance what the public defender's office can do? We just want to kind of figure out what's possible, what's not, and I'm guessing if it's something that we can do, we'll bring back to you within the next 6 months during budget to see how that could work. So just further conversations. And then on that evening on Monday, I will be putting together with Councilman Russ Kramer our first Fire Safe Council meeting. Granted, it's more of an initiation into the creating of a Fire Safe Council. We are looking at this moment in time at the Lake County Fire Protection District map and seeing what's, is that the area that we want to do? Do we want to shrink it some more? But we want to initiate that so we can start getting organized enough that we can start soliciting for grants and helping with mitigation of fires in that area. And after that, be here on the 10th for a meeting. So that concludes our calendars and everything else for open session.